Hey, fellow travelers and viewers, welcome to Timeless Tarot. We're going to jump right into picking 5 cards. This is going to be an extra long video today, and I have a comment at the end of the pick a card segment for people who've been around for a little while. But before we do that, let's just get into the cards. And, we got 2 here, so we'll just go here. We're assigning items to these cards today, so you can choose your reading based on how you resonate with the crystals before you see the revealed card. You can choose to go directly to your reading before the cards are revealed, and then the card will be revealed at the reading, or you can choose the reading based on when the cards are revealed. This gives you 2 opportunities to choose your reading and gives you 2 different ways to resonate with the choice you're going to make. Okay. So we're going to assign, here we have this orange calcite. I'm not sure exactly the name of this crystal, but it's a beautiful crystal, and it's blue, the blue crystal. If you know what the name of this crystal is, please leave a comment and let us know. It's like got this triangle crystal formation. Okay, for group number 3, pile number 3, we have pre-amber. So this is amber that hasn't fully hardened yet. Okay, we have fluorite here for group number 4. And for group number 5, we have magnetite. Okay, so let's quickly get these lined up so they look nice. Cool. Okay, so I'll give you a moment to choose your reading based on the items themselves before we reveal the cards. Then we will reveal the cards, and then I'll make a quick comment at the end for those who might have seen my community post earlier this week. Okay. So, alright, I'll let you choose. Great. Okay, let's begin. So, for the orange calcite, group number 1, we have the Knight of Wands. Look how that orange matches the flaming hairstyle on the top of the knight. Okay. Great. For group number 2, we have the World, and that blues match the blues here. Nice. I love it when colors kind of accent each other. Okay. For group number 3, we have the High Priestess. Okay, I kind of jinxed that, but that's okay. These are beautiful. A beautiful card and a beautiful stone. And for group number 3, or 4, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, with the fluorite. And finally, for group number 5, we have the 5 of Pentacles with the magnetite. Okay, so I will now give you a moment to choose based on the revealed cards and the items. However you resonate, feel free to watch one or all of the readings, because the choice to explore is always up to you. Also keep in mind that these are broad readings, so if you feel a strong connection to any idea or theme during the readings, take it along with you on your journey, and if not, let it float on by. Okay, so let's take a moment. I would just like to acknowledge that I did make a post saying that I would be pretty much taking a break from this channel, and I am actually somewhat doing that. However, I wanted to do at least a little bit because the comments were so overwhelmingly positive, and it made me realize how like I did feel like I was doing a great thing making this channel. So because of that, I want to continue at least making 1 video a week, and that would be an extra long video because I want to give you guys at least some extra for the fact that I'm not going to be posting every day, but this will give me a little bit more time to focus on things I need to focus on outside of YouTube. But I hope that YouTube will still share these videos with you guys, and I hope you continue to enjoy them. We're going to have 5 readings, and they're actually going to be extra long ones. So I'll be doing a clarification layer on top of every card for each reading, which should add a little bit more depth to the reading and a little bit more time to really allow us to explore the different ideas. Okay, so that being said, let's start with group number 1. Hey, group number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the orange calcite along with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so let's jump in. Actually, we'll move this here. I kind of like that there. Actually, no, I like it back here. I'm being a little back and forth today, being a little bit Libra energy. Okay, so let's let's just begin and get some cards out. That one looks really like it's coming out. Okay, we got this one too. We got this one. One more. Okay, great. So, and this one, like, let's do an extra one for you guys. These are extra long readings today, so let's just begin with these 6 cards, and we'll see where we go from there. Great. Okay, so in the current position we have the 8 of Swords, so a sense of feeling mentally kind of stuck in a situation. You know, this could be an idea that you're kind of not able to stop thinking about, like a concept. It could be a school kind of situation where you're just focused on learning. You're focused on the mental aspects of life. This could be something where you feel kind of like restricted in what you're able to think about. But that's not bad, because this is something that you're choosing. This is a moment where you can see the figure, the woman here. She has a blindfold, but she could easily get out of this situation. The swords are not actually surrounding her. She's just not realizing that they're not. So this is one of those times where you can move forward and free yourself from this situation. But it might be one that you're choosing. Because it's currently like right here in the mind. So it could be a thought that it could be something like learning. It could be something where, you know, you are making yourself dedicate your time and focus to a specific thing, and you might want to like take a break or something, and you can. You're free to do what you want, but this is one of those times where you feel like the decision's going to be a good one to focus on something. Okay. In the past, we had letting go of a project in some way, allowing it to float freely into the world. Before that, we have the Page of Wands. So like a choice to explore, a choice to take action on a new journey. And then we have this kind of movement towards releasing some kind of project or some creation out into the world, or maybe allowing a team that you are leading to take more ownership of their own work, something like that. I see a lot of schooling here in some ways. It could be like professional courses, or it could be you just learning a lot with what the job that you have. It could be in school too. Okay. And then here we have like 5 of Wands. There's a lot of Wands here. So this is a lot of action oriented in the mind. You also chose Knight of Wands. So it's kind of interesting. We're getting this action oriented energy here with like the mental thought process being focused. And this could be something to do with exercise. It could be something to do with artistic endeavors with physical action. So it could be some kind of martial arts, or something like Tai Chi. It could be something like dancing. Okay. Then we have 2 of Cups. So this enters into a more emotional realm. The cups are more emotion, spiritual, and we're in the spiritual mind area here. So this is a pairing of ideas, a pairing of energies or concepts that allows you to find balance. This looks like a lot of hard work being put into thought, being put into the concept of the mind, leading towards balance. Interesting. Okay. What's this extra card? We have the Sun. Well, that's beautiful. This feels like a really positive endeavor, like a really positive project that you have. This could be courses. This could be like additional learning. This is something to do with maybe you're taking a class outside of work or something like that. Maybe you want to. Some kind of physical thing. It could be like something like, I don't know why rowing popped in my head, but it could also be like a bike, like, you know, like the cycle a bike, or like a class, a exercise class, something like that, where the mind's going towards the physical action. You're focused on your physical actions mentally and spiritually. So it could also be yoga, stuff like that. Okay. Yoga actually would make a lot of sense here, where this could be like choosing which like class you want. This could be more martial arts or yoga. Okay. Like, I mean, this is all sorts of things, but this is a very mental focus on the physical. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which is like kind of standing your ground and really truly being deliberate in what you do, having a really strong sense of what it is that you want to accomplish. And then we have the Sun. which is like extremely beautiful. It's like one of the best cards you can get in tarot. It's one of abundance, happiness, growth. So this is kind of maybe getting outside might be something you're focused on as well, or maybe you might even want to be going to some place that's sunny. This could be a vacation, perhaps. One that would be, have a lot of hiking, or at least outdoors stuff. It would be a lot of outdoors. Okay. Whoa, we got a lot of cards here, so we're gonna use those. We will put them. We'll put them right here. Okay, interesting. So we have this kind of concept of release after feeling like, man, in the past you might have felt like, man, when is this going to be over? I really want to go on vacation. We have so many wands here. It's amazing. The Nine of Wands is really like of a buildup of having put in a lot of work, really having worked hard and really not having seen the results yet. But the results are it's one of those things where the project or the results of the work don't reveal themselves immediately, okay? Then we have this release. We have this judgment card, like this release of the built up like energies of the past. And it's kind of tied right in with the release of the Three of Wands, which is allowing something to float on or to take its own course. That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's see what else we get here. Okay. Okay, we have the Magician as you right now. You are capable of manifesting your desires in this situation. This could be something like you want to be more physically fit, you want to learn a physical skill, something to do with physical. It could even be like a craft of some sort, where you make something, but it would be something that takes like physical exertion. So like it would be handicraft, something that you make with your hands. Okay, we'll just draw from the top here. Cool. So, in the future positions, we have, learning. We have the Three of Pentacles. So we have this sense of like teamwork, and that the Three of Wands is also a teamwork card, but it's kind of like it's delegating tasks with Three of Wands. With Three of Pentacles, it's really collaboration with expertise, different people with different expertise working together. And of the mind, we have Five of Wands. So it could be like debate with people who all have specialized knowledge, and it's not a negative thing. This is more like working together to really build something and finding harmony with each other. This is like teamwork. I would definitely say school for some of you, like absolutely school, because this card is for me like the strongest school card in this deck specifically. Okay, and then it reaches King of Pentacles energy. So a sense of knowing where to put one's energy, times, and focus in a very deliberate, logical way. Like a very strong presence where someone knows, this is somebody who knows how to really to delegate, knows how to know where to focus, has good routines, has the ability to really command like their resources in a way that benefits them and others in a really profound way. So this does seem like something where you're going through some kind of course or learning that involves physical action, and it's going to lead to some really positive aspects. It's going to lead to, the sense that you have this strong ability to manage your I'm going to say finances in some ways, but it could also be manage your time. This is a situation where you're working together with experts to become much stronger and balanced in the mind. So this is a kind of interesting thing. I do think this has something to do with exercise or health, because we have so many wands that lead to pentacles, which is kind of an interesting transition. The mind is focused and really focused, and you are trying to create the world or the outcome that you're looking for. This is you're focused on manifesting your outcomes right now, and that's a really beautiful thing. I mean, this is something where you are focused, you're willing to learn from other people and collaborate with other people to get to the point where you either are embodying the sense of the King of Pentacles or working with someone who is embodying the King of Pentacles to benefit you in a balanced way. Okay, so let's continue on and go more into how you feel about this current situation, how you're feeling, how you might feel if this situation arises in the future. So let's take a look. Okay. I like to pull from the bottom for this, or not the exact bottom, but the middle bottom, kind of, because this is kind of more the subconscious, the instinctual feelings that are happening in response, and also in communication with the events that are happening in the physical world, as well as the mental world and the spiritual world. Okay, so let's take a look. This is the more, how you feeling right now? Okay, a new idea. There's like a new idea kind of forming within. You might not be aware of it even because it's down here, but this is where you have this new idea that's going to lead towards collaboration, okay? We have the moon. So there was something unknown in the past that might be about to spring forth because you move from the moon. This kind of unknown subconscious energy. The moon does fit very well. It's a very strong card in this line or in this row. But when it has the sword, the Ace of Swords, that could be a aha moment where whatever it was that was not like this kind of not uneasy, but kind of feeling like you almost like you're missing something, you forgot something. That's going to lead to an aha moment. Okay, in the past you had like real emotional strength because like you were really putting in the work here, like really diligent work, and you were emotionally resilient in this situation. You could laugh at the fact that, hey, nothing's happening yet, but I put in so much work, but you kind of like feel good about it. At least you feel like you're on the right track in the past, leading to a sense of unease, but a release in some ways, kind of a letting go of one aspect of something. But then that leads to a new idea, perhaps a new way of working on something. Okay. And this leads to the Chariot movement. So we have this collaboration, this real mental like work going on, and then within there's this emotional movement towards progress and towards balance, because the Chariot has the balance like the Two of Cups, and that's kind of as a very strong movement upwards towards balance. Okay. And finally we have Temperance. Okay, so patience. You're going to feel patient about this new progress that you're making, because, and in some ways you're transforming too, because you're transforming into someone who's going to do the work in a much more deliberate way. Deliberate's the right word. This is a very deliberate movement. Okay, so now we're going to do clarifying. We're going to actually add more cards to this reading. We're going to add a new card to each reading, and I'll just draw them all at once. We'll put them down, and then we'll reveal each one by one. Okay, one moment. Okay, we have these cards here, and we're going to quickly draw 5, I guess. No, we'll draw all 15. That's what I said before. Like, we'll draw all 15. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at what the cards are going to clarify. Clarifying you right now, we have the Three of Wands again. Okay, so we have this kind of release, this letting go, alongside the Magician. So like manifesting, kind of like really wanting something, but it's one of those times where you focus really hard on what you want, and then you kind of release your need for a specific outcome. So you're kind of letting go of the concept of the outcome because you've put in the effort and you're doing your best, and what the universe wills is kind of what's going to happen here. We have the Nine of Cups, so a sense of like, yeah, see, this is tied. This is a much more positive viewing of the Eight of Swords, where we have a sense that it's like you're putting in the work mentally. So it's more about studying than anything else. You're studying something because you have this Nine of Cups. You're proud of where you are in this mental state. We have the King of Swords with the Ace of Swords. So really knowing like this idea is one that's based on logic and reason. Okay, interesting. In the past, underneath, I'm kind of revealing these cards in just different ways. We have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is unknown right now and then gets revealed or understood in the future. So that's kind of interesting. It's like you're not sure where to put your time and effort. And this studying could be you're learning or you're researching different aspects of this physical creation aspect in the mind towards being able to put your energy in the right direction. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go like this. Okay, so Four of Wands, so stability from this release. There's a stability. There's a feeling that whatever you let go of is allowing you to have a more stable approach to what you're doing in the future. Okay? And then we have a Five of Wands, balancing Five of Wands over on this side. So there is a lot of mental deliberation. You're thinking through things. You're thinking through a lot of things. So this is a lot of thought, a lot of deliberation, a lot of, It is just a lot of not arguing back and forth, but in some ways you are, where you're trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. Okay. And this is in the past. The world was at your feet in the past. There really was a sense that we have the world clarifying the King of Cups. So like this is like one of those things where in the past there was some really good things happening. You were putting in the work and you were feeling good about it, but then this unknown event happened, this kind of unknown event that made you rethink a lot. But you were moving forward, like you were kind of just moving through with this idea that you had in the past. Even if you weren't seeing the results, you still were you had a pretty strong drive. Okay. And then we have the Sun again. So yeah, the past of the mind, like you were really in a good place here. This led to like a momentary like setback, or at least a rethinking, because you were letting go of what you were doing for a moment. Okay, but now you're going back to like really trying to manifest the aspects of life you want, and you're thinking about what it is that you need to do. There's a lot of thought, a lot of thinking, physical thinking about like what do you want to do physically almost. There's like almost an element of health involved in this. Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Chariot. So really this is about movement towards, the whims of the world kind of are going to be part of how you feel. That's, a natural state of being, and that's okay. That's okay. In many ways, this is like one of those things where you're kind of going with the flow in some ways. You're balanced with the world. You're balanced with it emotionally, intuitively. The sense of instinctive nature response is going to be really in harmony with the world around you. That's what's going on here, because fate is aligned with the Chariot. So there's this balance, and there's this sense of the wheel. Now the wheel also represents, the more ancient story of the wheel is the one where you want to be in the center of the wheel. You don't want to be on the outside. So like being on the outside of the wheel makes you more at the whims of the just how the world churns, right? But if you're able to center yourself, if you're able to be more resilient, if you're able to be stronger within, or if you're able to, like the King of Pentacles, put your time and effort into places that allow you to have a safety net, have that kind of additional wealth that allows you a buffer that protects you during down times, and up times give you moments where you can, protect yourself, or like build more of it, not just protection, but like build more of an ability to provide to other people, build more of your capabilities in general of learning, and that allows you to be more resilient when the wheel turns again. That's just kind of like where you're going, though. You're balanced with this, and that's a beautiful thing. That's something that you love to see. Okay, and then we have another page here. We have the Page of Pentacles on the Three of Pentacles. So there's a sense of really thinking about resources while looking at, it's interesting because it's like you're focused on resources, but the mind's on health. The mind's on the physical actions that you need to take, whereas you're just kind of focused on the energy or material resource aspect of it. The mind is like the spiritual realm is really saying physical health or physical embodiment, like dancing. I don't know, like just like getting more in tune with the body. It's kind of like think with the mind, feel with the heart. Feel with the mind, think with the heart kind of energy here. So feel with the mind. So feel your presence with your mind, consciously be aware of your presence, and then take action with your heart, with your instincts. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Cups. So really happiness is going to lead this kind of action, this like lots of thinking. So these Five of Wands in this mind section are really just thinking really hard about something towards a Ten of Cups energy, which is happily ever after energy. It's kind of like home, it's happiness, you know? So we're going to start at the bottom here, and we're revealing process, progress, Seven of Pentacles. There's a sense that you are transforming within. You're transforming within, and you're becoming stronger. You're becoming more deliberate. You're becoming a very effective person in what you do. Okay, we're actually going to go to the top here, the mind here. Strength. That's what we're talking about here, becoming stronger. Look at the lions. We have both lions, these two lions, this lion energy of the mind, a strong mindset, a very strong mindset. That's beautiful. That's awesome. So you really are like someone who's put in a lot of work mentally, and you're going to come into this point where, when you do have to think about what it is that you need to do physically, you've put in effort into thinking about the more deliberate, the better way of doing it. Like, how do you do it effectively? How do you incorporate this physical action in an intellectual way? It's kind of like, I keep going back to dancing, yoga, martial arts, stuff like that is like, or just like maybe having a more, like taking like an expert's advice in how you focus on your health, because it's someone who's put in a lot of intellectual effort, training, like they're the expert there, and you're the expert of yourself. So like that kind of collaboration allows for a really effective routine. Okay, so clarifying the King of Pentacles in the physical realm, we have the Seven of Wands. So really standing your ground, and I see this not like really against other people. This isn't standing your ground against someone. This is more standing your ground with yourself. This is standing your ground with, dedicating yourself to what you really, what's the right word? You committed to. You committed to this, and it's something that you're doing so well with. You did have things were going amazing in the past. This moment of like uncertainty led to a stalling, but you are continuing on, and you're looking for expert advice, and you're standing up to yourself to really commit to getting stronger, more resilient, more in harmony with the rest of the world. And that's going to be giving you something really wonderful in the future if you're able to strengthen this. So like the Knight of Wands is kind of, it's funny, we're kind of bringing it all back here. We have the Knight of Wands moving into the Seven of Wands, which is a Knight of Wands does stand their ground. The Knight of Wands stands their ground. And this is a beautiful orange, fiery energy that we see with the lions here. There's a sense of like really like physical health, really be like focusing on strength, but focusing on strength in a way that's just beneficial to you. It's beneficial to you and to other people, where you're able to be a stronger person to help others and to focus your energy in a way that really benefits just the overall elements of the world here. Like you're just becoming in harmony. You're coming into harmony with the world. You have this temperance, this transformation leading towards feelings of harmony and feelings of being strong and resilient in the face of challenges that may arise, but also being able to take advantage of the situations where you are in a beneficial position and doing so to help others, to really strengthen them and to focus on strength here. This is a physical embodiment, but it's also really beautifully accelerated with the sun, or accentuated with the sun. Accented with the sun, because we have this sun card in the mind. So there's a sense of like really strong, bountiful energy coming your way, and it's going to be something that you can hold on to when you feel it. When you feel that sense of the sun, you're going to feel it, and you can hold on to that sense, and it's going to really bring you forward in a way that you love. Okay. Group number 1, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to see more readings like this, and leave a comment, because it's really what keeps me going and helps me continue on. And like I said in the beginning, like I did say that I was I was going to stop this channel, but I just didn't want to because of all the great comments that you guys were giving me. And because of that, like, I just want to do these videos maybe once a week. So if you like it, please leave a comment and let us know. Okay, great. Take care. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. Oh, I forgot to put your cards down. Hold on one second. You chose the world and this diamond-like crystal, this triangle crystal. I forget the name of the polyhedron, but if you have any knowledge of what kind of crystal that is, please leave a comment. I'm sure it will be greatly appreciated. It definitely will be by me. So, let's begin. It's interesting, I forgot to put down the card. I've never done that before. Okay. So we're going to draw 5 here. Just to begin with, we'll draw 5. Okay. Okay, cool. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Okay. Currently in the mind we have 3 of Cups. So fate is kind of on the mind. Friendships, perhaps a meeting of like family, maybe family events are on the mind. Okay. In the past there was some kind of social media situation where you were talking with someone pretty closely. That is not much of a guess because everyone does that, but I feel like this is more of clinging to your phone kind of energy, but it also can be the mind is on resources, the mind is on finances, is another meaning behind this. I just see this card, a more modern interpretation, as being the mind's on social media, because of just this specific card, how in this deck, how they portray holding on to the pentacle. But the pentacle in a more traditional sense is holding on to resources. Okay. And in the past, we have a lot of thoughts going on, like kind of racing thoughts, competing thoughts in the mind. With the world, kind of going over this, like with the world, which is like you've accomplished so much, you've kind of finished a complete cycle, you're looking back over it. This might be a situation where you're kind of like thinking about a lot of different aspects of what happened in the past. You're thinking a lot about just like different elements, being like different aspects of life that were competing for your time. The times where you were holding on to either a friendship or something through communicating with the phone, something like that. But then also just kind of thinking about how everyone relates to each other and what it is that you feel when it comes to your relationship to others too. In the future, we have 6 of Pentacles, which is kind of bestowing of wisdom in this position. It's you're bestowing wisdom, or someone's bestowing wisdom to you. There is the sense of like giving ideas in a way that really benefit people in the long run. And then we have just thinking hard. Look at this guy. I mean, this is a 5 of Swords, so this can be a setback, but it also can be, one moment. Sorry about that. We're just talking about the 5 of Swords. So yeah, I mean, it could be a setback, but what it really looks like in the mind is one where you're just rethinking what you've experienced, what you've learned. So this doesn't necessarily have to be like a setback. It's actually someone gave you advice and now you're really thinking hard about it. Because look at this figure. You know, it's not so much the loss, it's more about the thought, the thinking about how to reevaluate a situation after learning new things. Okay? And this is definitely a bestowal of knowledge into, you're like really thinking about it. You're really thinking about it. Okay. Let's draw some more cards here. Interesting. What are you thinking about? What is something that you feel like you might be thinking about in the future? Is it some plan? Is it something, I mean, you might not even know what someone, this is something where someone gives you advice or gives you a piece of information that really makes you rethink something. Okay. In the current position, we have 4 swords. So you might be tired. What was making you tired? Well, you were in a position of security in the past. You did kind of choose to go off on your own, and then you might have returned, and now you're taking a break, a rest. I almost said rake, no, a break or rest. But that's moving towards movement. You'll be moving again once you have this new set of knowledge. You'll be moving again, and you'll be making choices again where you're balancing yourself, and you're making really balanced choices that come in with, kind of a collaboration of your own experience and those who are giving you advice. That's really cool. Very similar to group number 1, but in a different way. This is when you're going to be moving physically fast. Like, you're going to be moving to a place. You might have some place that you have to go to on a regular occurrence, like a regular schedule. Let's take a moment. So, like, what are you resting from? You chose to go on a journey. You were thinking about it pretty hard. And then you had this communication, like long distance communication, where you were kind of going back to a place of security. And now you're resting after some event, okay? It had something to do with fate, had something to do with friends, something to do with relationships. But now you're resting from that. And you're thinking about it. You might be reflecting on it, but you're not really moving anymore for a little bit. You seem to be just tired a little bit. But that's moving towards you'll be taking action that's more balanced in the future after having, or during a point of time where you're getting some form of information or wisdom bestowed upon you. Okay, and then that leads towards you making more balanced choices after having deliberated and really thought through your actions. Okay. And this is all within the world. Like, the world, you are really... this is coming from having a lot of lived experience at this point. Okay, a lot of lived experience. Okay, we got our 2. Oh, do we have 3? No, we have 2. Okay, so how are you feeling in this situation? What's the subconscious trying to say during these events? Currently, we have balances on the mind. You want to be balanced. This might be something where you're putting in a lot of time into work, and it's kind of taking away from time with family or friends, or it could be something where, you really are balancing yourself when you have different aspects of your opinions on things. You're really finding balance here. We're moving from 2 of Cups into Chariot, and then we have the 2 of Pentacles, which is balancing ideas and balancing choices. In the past, we have the Page of Swords. So within, you felt like you just needed to keep moving. You didn't want to go back to this place of security in some ways, but it had to happen. At least once you got there, it had to. And there was a felt sense that you were putting in a lot of effort, and the results just weren't fully coming into your own yet. Okay. Because we have the 9 of Wands, which is kind of like putting in so much effort and not seeing the results. But that doesn't mean the results weren't coming. It just means they weren't visible. It's kind of like a watch pot never boils. Whoa, balance really wants to be seen here. Okay, sense of balance here. Interesting. Okay. Well, anyways, that's really what this card is feeling. But then you go back, almost like go back home in some ways, is the feeling here. And you're resting. Then we have the Queen of Swords. So there's an intuitive sense that you're making the right choices after feeling or learning about something, being given knowledge, being given wisdom, bestowal of wisdom in some ways, and taking action that's balanced itself. You've balanced yourself internally, and now you're taking a balanced approach to this, to the actions you now take. You will be thinking about things pretty tough. Like, you'll be deliberating them and thinking about them pretty strongly. But that's going to lead you to making balanced choices about your resources, okay? And finally, we have the King of Cups. So this leads towards a felt sense of real stability. This is emotional stability. This is like your ability to laugh and help others laugh too. The King of Cups is someone who's confident. He has charisma, but it's more of like a sly smile, and he can crack a joke. He knows how to emotionally connect with people in ways that can really bring like everyone up. It can uplift everyone. Where you have the King of Wands, who's a much more charismatic leader in terms of how to like lead a project or create something new or to build something with very little resources. This King of Cups, is more about the emotional side of things, more about just, hey, I can, the King of Cups can rally everybody behind a project and make everyone feel better about what they're doing and give them a meaning behind what it is that they're doing. Whereas the King of Wands is, I don't know why the King of Wands popped up in my mind, but the King of Wands is more, here's how we can get things done. We'll use this and that and this and that, and this is how we'll take action. This guy's more of a, hey guys, this is why we're doing it, because we want people to be feeling better. We want people to benefit from what we're doing. Like, that's the kind of energy that's going to be within you in the future. Okay, now we're going to do clarifying cards. Okay, we're going to draw a card for each position. So another 15 cards. Cool. And we will reveal each one by one. Okay. Clarifying the Four of Swords, the current position for you is Four of Wands. So we have two fours here. There's stability in you resting. You're getting more stable through your rest. You might be at home, or you might have gone back home for a little bit, or you might have gone back to a more secure place where you're going to just rest. And that's good because it's creating a stable environment for you. Okay. The Knight of Cups. So a feeling that like emotional balance is necessary. Some kind of emotional balance is like within a sense that there's going to be a new feeling of emotion that's going to lead towards a more balanced form of action in the future. Okay. And clarifying the Three of Cups, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles being like a sense, well, we have the Ten of Pentacles here. So you are just, stability is on the mind. You are, a card just flew off the other deck. It was the Nine of Pentacles, so we'll just put that here. Interesting. I bumped into the deck and one card flew out. So the Nine of Pentacles is one of seeing growth. It's almost the counter to the Nine of Wands. You have put in a lot of effort with the Nine of Pentacles, and you're seeing the results happen. Okay, so this might be kind of a balance. There could be some things you're seeing results for, and other things you're not. We're going to just reveal these. We have the Sun in the past. So sense that this energy of coming home might actually have been beneficial to you. Strength. So you were strong having come home. You're coming from a strong place, really. And then we have the Page of Wands again. So the sense that you wanted to continue on, but part of you knew that this going home was going to be the best choice, okay? In the past, you were really standing your ground. You were working hard in the past. Oh yeah, so look, the King of Wands comes out. So the King of Wands, we were just talking about him. He's kind of the counter to the King of Cups in some ways. Not completely. And then we have Four of Swords again. So a sense that in your mind you realized you needed rest. You were putting so much energy into your thoughts, into your ideas, that you really needed rest. Okay? Interesting. Queen of Pentacles with Queen of Swords. So a sense of making good choices with your resources. Okay? Good choices with your resources. Intuitively making choices about your resources in a way that really lead you to feeling like you're balanced, like you're taking balanced action. Whoa, we have the Chariot on top of the Chariot. Wow. Okay, so a real sense that as above, so below, as within, so without. Like, this is a balanced position here. This is one where you might meditate. You might feel like you're taking action, but you're also doing it calmly and you're doing it deliberately. You're taking a more balanced approach in the future to things. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So we're getting some kings again. King of Pentacles is more about resources, where to put someone's resources, where to invest your time and energy, in general, like all sorts of things. Interesting. Okay. Finally, we have the Queen of Swords again. So really intuitively making the right choices. That's beautiful. Like, just trust your feelings here. Trust your senses. Trust what your gut is telling you. That's important. Really trusting that and putting effort into that is something that you're going to want to, you want to do. You want to trust your gut. Trust your instincts here. On the mind, we have Ace of Cups, a new kind of cleansing emotion, a sense of just emotional well-being of the mind. You're rethinking things, but it's more of a reflection. You're reflecting on things in a way that allows you to kind of let go of those things that are holding you back and gives you a sense of real serenity moving forward, where you're making balanced choices. And finally, to clarify the Two of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess. So that's interesting, because the High Priestess is a balance of action and inaction. The two pillars is very tied with the Chariot, with the two Sphinx here. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're balanced. Like, your focus is on balance. There's going to be some unknowns, but that kind of comes with the fact of life. We're just uncertain about some things. The High Priestess has an intuitive sense to her where there's some secret involved, but that's not a bad thing. It's just, there's just an unknown. And in this case, it's one of those things where if you trust your senses, you trust your instincts, the intuition of the High Priestess is what's going to bring you to a place of balance and a place of deliberately choosing to, I'm going to say moderation is the key here. Moderation of what you do in every realm of life is going to allow you to really strengthen your own sense of well-being, and you're going to be able to reflect more positively on the past by having come to a point where you are in balance. And this is a beautiful world card, just aligning with all of this. You're going to have this essence to yourself where you can approach things in a more calm and deliberate manner, where you know you to make the right choices. You're going to say the right things at the right times, and that's going to lead you to a better place, a real beautiful better place. You're resting right now, and it's allowing you to rethink how you approach things. Beautiful. Okay, group number 2. Please subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more in the future. I just want to take a moment to say that this crystal means a lot to me. It's one that has a deep emotional connection. I got this from my grandmother, so it's a very beautiful crystal, and I'd love to know which one it is. I have a few guesses, but I don't want to sway anyone's opinion. If you know what kind of crystal this is, please let me know in the comments, because I just think it's beautiful, and it does hold much sentimental value for me. So I'm happy that you chose this reading, and it really makes me feel like a strong connection to this reading. So, okay. Group number 2, thanks again. I wish you the best. Take care. Bye. Hey, group number 3, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. You chose the High Priestess alongside the Amber, the pre-Amber. So perhaps there's something that you're feeling is like not revealed yet. Some kind of balance situation. Balance has been the theme, it feels like, the past 2 readings. Real strong feeling of balance is really like coming forward, at least in the last 2 readings. And I say balance with the High Priestess because the High Priestess in the traditional cards has the 2 pillars, kind of the action and inaction, the 2 forces, and the known and the unknown. Okay. Great. Okay, we got 2 more cards that really wanted to come out. More than 2. Okay, we'll just take the one as an extra card for you guys. Okay. In the current position on the mind, we have The well is one of the special oracle cards of this deck. It is the creatrix. It is the source of inspiration. It is the source of creation in some ways. It's where someone comes up with ideas. You know, have you ever been in the shower and then you have an idea? That's kind of what the well is about. It's a eureka moment in some ways. We have tradition on the mind as well. We have the Hierophant, so a sense of tradition. In some ways, this is like wish upon a star traditions, because in this deck, it's a little less traditional than the traditional Hierophant card. So it's almost a contradiction. But that's kind of what we have here. It's almost a contradiction, two different elements. With Amber, you can see through it. With the High Priestess, there's something secretive. So there's this strange like dichotomy. There's a strange opposing elements here, that because we have this non-traditional traditional card, and in the past we have progress. So it's like progress, but not fully realized progress. It's you're seeing this is moving forward in the past. Something was moving forward in the past. You're doing something in a traditional manner, or you were thinking about it in a traditional manner. And now we have this like growth of creation coming out. Okay, some kind of creative drive here, which leads to healing, real healing. Okay, because we have the star. The well is leading into the star, which leads to Nine of Pentacles, which is actually beautiful. This is progress. We're seeing a lot of progress because we're starting with the Seven of Pentacles and we go to the Nine, which is seeing a lot more progress. You're seeing the results that you can finally start to reap the results of what you've been putting in. So that's kind of the interesting position here. We have you've been growing something, and finally it's there. It's finally there where you can pick the grapes. This is you're starting to see the plant grow, and here you can actually pick the grapes and eventually turn it into whatever you want. Maybe grape jelly. Okay. And wow. Okay, well then we have the Ten of Pentacles, the clarifying card. So this is after having, put in the progress and taken the results, and now you have this stability here. Stability. Wow, okay. You have 7, 9 into 10. Beautiful. Like you're seeing the actual growth of all of these things through a creative drive or a creative source, some source of creation, and healing with potentially traditional perspectives involved. There is a lot of tradition here as well. There's an inch, but it's like really interesting. You're moving forward by healing with some form of tradition. Okay. And creating as well. You're creating and healing with some form of tradition. And the progress is very deliberate, or it's very consistent. We're seeing consistent progress here, because we have the 7, the 9, and the 10. Okay, 7, 9, 10. Interesting. The growth cards, leading to the stability card. Okay. We're just going to draw from the top for the rest. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, didn't mean to hit that. Okay. Let's keep going. So, you right now have a choice, and you're not sure which choice to make. That's interesting. Okay. Leave this here for now. Okay, well, we have the 8 of Pentacles. So we have all of the Pentacles of the top half of the Pentacles, basically. We have 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 being like, because it's separate, it's kind of overarching. You want this stability, you want this abundance of resources, you want this kind of happily ever after stable environment, and you're getting it through deliberate, step-by-step progress. Okay, and that's working. The 8 of Pentacles is a little bit more like refining your perspective on tradition, because this is about perfecting. It's refining something. It's really becoming a master of something in some ways. Okay, like you have the details of the pentacle as being really worked out. The details of how it is that you're producing some form of energy, some form of potentially monetary value. It's how you're creating is becoming better through traditional practice. Okay. And we have the World coming out again. Interesting. The World. So the World in the past a lot of experiences in the past leading you to being able to refine what it is that you're doing. Okay. And now you're at this choice. And I think it's going to come through just experience, because you're just going to be like working towards, like you're just going to be working towards this experience through, it's just going to happen through working through it. You'll know what choice to make because you have the Four of Cups coming in. So this fourth cup is coming in, and we have this contemplative figure sitting by a tree, kind of just meditating on the situation. And the wisdom will come through experience, okay? The wisdom will come through experience. And you're going to be thinking about it. We have the Page of Pentacles. So now we've elevated ourselves up from the Ten of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles. Someone who's kind of mastered the ability to work with resources. And now you're someone who's thinking through this element. You're thinking through where resources are going. This feels very oriented towards finances. This feels very oriented towards work-related stuff, but it also can be like romantic, like where you put the work in. But I do think this is almost entirely one of work. Like, look at all these pentacles. Like, look at all of them. It's amazing. This is like the merchant class. This is the strong, working with money, working with resources, finances, doing stuff with business. You know, you're really a strong business person, perhaps, or perhaps you're about to like go on and do some kind of freelance thing. Although I don't see many wands. Wands would kind of bring in freelance. This seems more like you're just good with business and work. Okay. And resources, investing, stuff like that. So there was a shock probably already happened for you. You were manifesting quite a bit in the past, just inherently. There was a release that allowed you to do this, a release of the past world. You kind of let go of one path and went with another one. But it's leading towards this kind of sense that there's a shock that's going to be the revelation that allows you to make this choice. So, what's that leading towards? The sun. Beautiful. You know, you are healing. You have the star and the sun, both. So of the mind you have healing, and of the sun within. So you're healing within, and you're healing mentally and physically, in a sense. Like inherently, like your emotional sense of self is healing and feeling more abundant. And that leads to a new perspective where you can laugh, you can dance, you can just do all sorts of things and feel beauty in life, because we have the Page of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. Okay, let's get some clarifying cards here. Okay. And we'll just draw the rest. We'll reveal them all in good time, but for now we're just going to draw them. I don't have any specific sequence that I draw these. It just feels right to do it some ways. Sometimes it feels right to do it differently. Okay, let's take a look at Two of Swords being clarified by balance as within, so without. We have the Chariot. Movement in balance, where the priestess is kind of stillness balanced in many ways. Queen of Swords, you're going to be making very strong intuitive choices. Or we have this reveal with the High Priestess. So there is going to be something revealed to you within the soul, within the heart, within the subconscious. There's going to be a sense that you realize something. There's emotional well-being coming in, or had come in. You're standing your ground when it comes to perfecting something. Like you're really being deliberate about it. The Four of Pentacles is popping up in a position of the first reading, so you might want to see that. So we have the sense of like frugality. This is really a feeling of, I feel like, so now we have some wands here. We have the sun again. We had the sun again. So the sun in the past was good, and we have the sun in the future. So the sun is going to be warmth, abundance is really of the mind here. And we have the King of Cups. So emotional strength and well-being is leading towards the ability to manage your resources really well. Okay. You're moving on from something emotionally, but it's giving you a sense of real warmth and happiness that you are. You're moving forward physically towards something. You might be really working hard and making choices. And we have the Queen of Cups with the Star. So the Star is something where, yeah, this is beautiful. This is one of those things where you have healing, but also like nurturing. You're able to mentally nurture yourself and potentially others in the future. Okay. We have strength coming out again. Strength within now. Strength within, and the ability to laugh, to kind of laugh at a situation, or to just dance when you feel like it. And now we have the King of Wands. Okay. So this could be your own business. This absolutely could be your own business. You could be working for yourself here. And this could be just fate is just going to lead you towards a path that's going to allow you to really work with your resources on your own terms. And that's something that's going to really work out for you. I mean, if you can focus, if you can put in the effort and really work hard and allow yourself to be open to criticism, open to the whims of other things. Like when I say that, I mean like if something comes in where someone's like, well, this thing you created isn't exactly what we need. The question isn't why, the question is why. Well, what is it that you need? What is it that you need so that we can work together and create this thing that works for the both of us? Okay, I'm going to draw one more card from the first deck. By the way, if you're interested in these decks, they are linked in the description. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles again. So the Four of Pentacles is a sense of like being frugal, being mindful of one's resources. So you might be saving up for something. And that could lead to you to, and the bottom is Queen of Swords, that could lead you to a really good beneficial project in the future. And I look forward to hearing about that. Group number 3, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let's take one more look at this amber. It looks so cool. It just looks so cool in these lights. All right, well, I hope you're doing well. If you liked this reading, please subscribe to this channel to see more in the future. Take care. Hey, group number 4, welcome to your reading. You chose the fluorite card alongside the Wheel of Fortune. We'll dive into the Wheel of Fortune in a second, but first let's draw 5 cards. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Okay. We're just going to draw from the top for the top row. Take a look at what we get. Okay. In the current position, we have Queen of Cups. So nurturing your sense of emotional self. Nurturing your emotional self. I don't know why I wanted to draw these. Well, let's just reveal this one. Okay, so in the future we have the 5 of Cups. So there's going to be some form of disappointment, but there's a silver lining there. And because you've been nurturing yourself and nurturing your emotional well-being, I imagine that this is not going to be a very serious situation, but rather one of momentary setback that's going to lead to down a path towards that castle. In the past, we have the 10 of Cups, so kind of a happily ever after moment was in the past. Coming through like a time where you were very, you were meditative, you were contemplative, and it led to like a sense of happily ever after. There's this feeling that, you had a good relationship. This feels like a relationship reading because we have a lot of cups here. Sense of emotion, sense of like well-being and nurturing oneself and nurturing others. And when there's a momentary setback, now we're just going to stand our ground. We're standing our ground here, realizing that, these are moments that are temporary, and we're going to continue on, and we're going to continue on towards that castle in the distance. We're going to find, with the Wheel of Fortune, when good things happen, we nurture ourselves. When those things when the wheel starts turning, we can work hard to create a resilient person within ourselves so that we can face those times and be resilient and stand our ground in the future, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune has a really interesting past history. There's a sense that the wheel there's an outside and an inside. And the closer you get towards the inside of the wheel, the stronger you are to handle the ebbs and flows of life. When you're on the outside of the wheel, you're kind of at the whims of the ebbs and flows. But when you go into the inside, when you center and ground oneself, you're able to be more resilient in the face of these events. And the fate, the wheel of fortune can benefit you greatly because then you know where to go when the direction is flowing in the right way. Okay? Let's take a look at your current position. Current position is 4 of Wands. You're feeling stable. Stability is important here. Okay? You're nurturing yourself through stability, being in a stable environment. Okay? In the past, we have the Page of Cups. So joyful energy. There's really joyful. You have the 10 of Cups and the Page of Cups. Joyful energy, really. And then we have an Oracle card, one of the 2 in the deck. We have the Artist. So this is one of those things where you were meditating. Meditation, potentially. You're either meditating or you're doing something where you practice something in a flow state. If you're not familiar with flow state, I recommend looking it up. It's when you are so into something that you're doing that you're not even like aware of yourself or time. You're just in that state of mind and you're able to just accomplish things and you continue on because you're in this great moment where things are challenging but not too challenging. So you're able to use your skill sets in a way that allow you to really flow. And if you've never heard of that, look it up. It's amazing. And that's led to these happy moments here. But now we have the stability on the mind, preparing. There's a preparation, okay? You might just not even realize what you're preparing for, but you're preparing for something in the future. Okay, but it's balanced. This could be a relationship. You might be kind of disappointed about one aspect of a relationship, but there's this relationship coming in, this sense of complementary energies, okay? Okay, and then we have the 7 of Swords, which I like to think of as borrowing of ideas. It's not stealing in this deck. It's borrowing of ideas so that you can create something better. You're actually taking some energy from others, but not in a negative way, in a positive way, where combined you both can work together. So if you both have the same ideas, you can work together towards an even bigger, interesting, collaborative effort. It is not competitive in this case. It's collaborative. Okay? Okay, interesting. Let's continue on. Okay, well, these 2 wanted to come out, so we'll do that. And this one wants to, and this one wants to as well. And I say it wants to because it's sticking out. Okay, so in the current position, we have 2 of Wands, and we have 4 of Wands, and we have the Queen of Cups. So there's a sense of like kind of, yeah, there is a preparation. There's a sense where you're kind of like navigating your emotional landscape. In the past, there was a lot of emotional movement, a lot of emotional action. So now we're kind of settling in. We're settling down a little bit. There was healing in the past, incredible healing in the past, through creative drive. Like you're able to create through meditation, through allowing yourself to be at peace. And then what you create is one that's more beautiful, more beneficial to others, and more healing for yourself through calming the mind. And this is going to help in the future. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So there is a lot of movement. There's a lot of kind of going back and forth here. But then there's like a new not emotional start, but a new creative drive coming in through this borrowing of ideas, of standing your ground on what it is you're looking to do. Interesting. We're going to clarify these cards now. Okay, we're going to draw another 15 cards and clarify them. They're going to go on each card that we've already drawn. Great. Let's just... Okay. So clarifying the 4 of Wands, stability on the mind. Stability is physical stability too. We have the Four of Pentacles, so financial stability, a sense of keeping your resources intact and being frugal, or at least being mindful of where you spend. Clarifying the Queen of Cups, we have the Knight of Wands, so a sense of kind of standing your ground, kind of being mindful of the actions you take, having cause and effect, okay? And we have the Ten of Pentacles underneath. So there is a Ten of Pentacles feeling here, a sense of stability, a sense of foundation, grounding oneself. The past, we have the King of Pentacles with the Chariot. So really being mindful of resources is important. Being very mindful of resources. And the Nine of Pentacles. So seeing growth, seeing action. You've been putting in a lot of effort in the past, and you're seeing results. In the past, you felt, while you were very I don't want to say frantic, but like your instincts, your intuition was running fast. You were mindful of where the resources should go, where you should put your time and effort. And there was an unknown. The mind was on. You were thinking about happily ever after. You were feeling good about a relationship of some sort, but there was an unknown element to it. When you were healing in the past internally, you were also mindful and thinking very much about your resources. Like the resources, when it comes to this relationship that you're dealing with, is very resource minded. But we have the Star, so we're healing. So you're healing with the body through meditation, but also through like intuitively healing. There's your intuition is healing in some ways, or you're intuitively able to heal yourself. And there are a lot of choices, but you're meditating on them calmly, because we have the Seven of Cups with the Four of Cups. You were meditating calmly, and then the choices kind of came to you. Okay. So this can lead to Four of Cups. Now this Four of Cups is a little sadder than the newer Four of Cups, but I like to think of it as reflecting on what's happening, and the new things are coming your way soon. That's intuitively. Six of Cups, so there's some friendships, there's reminiscing, there could be someone coming back in from the past. We have the Queen of Pentacles on the mind, but this like Two of Cups combined with the Six of Cups could definitely be someone from the past returning. That's an element there. That's those two combined could be a very strong symbol for that. Page of Swords alongside this bountiful creative drive that you're going to have. You're going to want to move forward quickly, but it's probably better to do it slowly and deliberately. Balance and moderation is important. We have Justice. Balance and moderation is important, okay? Balance and moderation, because we have the Moon with the Seven of Swords. So we're not exactly sure what it is we need to know to move forward, but we will find that out, okay? There's a lot of choices here. There's a lot of this could go in both like work or romance in terms of your emotional well-being. It could also be involved with family, because we have a lot of those Ten of Cups, stability kind of situations. But really what's going on is balance. Centering oneself and grounding oneself through meditation might help you make the best choices possible when it comes to your relationships. Okay. Group number 4. This has been your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is a beautiful stone here, this fluorite stone. It actually glows in a black light, which is kind of neat. And it matches the greens of the Wheel of Fortune, the robes. Really beautiful. All right. That was nice to reflect on that. I see this as a moment of in through the nose, out through the mouth. You know, the breathing slowly, kind of getting that energy where you can be calm and relaxed and approach things more from a sense of serenity. And then your relationships will be more in tune and more harmonizing. And you might meet up with someone from the past, but it's going to lead towards, it's coming from a healing energy that's pushing forward. And this is like a healing journey. Like healing is in this case, is what's driving, the driving force, what's pushing the cart forward is this need and desire to heal and this ability to heal. And that's what's going on in this reading. Okay, group number 4. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. I can't wait to see what you say, and I can't wait to see you in the future. Take care. Greetings, group number 5. You chose the 5 of Pentacles as well as the Magnetite Stone. So, I have a feeling this is going to be a shorter reading than the other ones. Oh wow, look at this. I shuffled in. Wow, okay. Yeah, definitely might be a shorter reading, but let's put this to the side. I don't even know what this is. So we're going to, well, that was interesting. We're going to draw 5 cards to begin with, and then we will reveal that other one. Maybe we will reveal that at the end. If you're looking for a longer reading, like a much longer reading, I would go with reading number 1. That one was by far the most in-depth, I think, out of all of these readings so far. If this reading is just not long enough for you, we can definitely take a look at reading number 1. Okay. All right, we're going to draw 5 from the top for the top row. In the current position, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, yeah. The Knight of Wands. Didn't I say reading number 1? The Knight of Wands. Okay, that was, I believe, the signifying card, or the pick a card card for reading number 1. We have the Lovers. First time this popped out so far, so this might be a love reading. And we have the Magician. So you might have been manifesting love in your life, and now you're at a position where you're kind of holding on to it. You're standing your ground. You want this relationship to last. But there's a moment of letting go in the mind that leads to growth. That leads to growth and progress. Ooh, and lights are going out. One moment. Sorry about that. Group number 5. I did not expect the lights to go out so soon. And I was saying this felt like it was going to be a short reading. So let's just take a look. If more lights go out, I'll take that as a sign. Okay. This is gonna be a short reading. We're gonna go real quick here. My battery pack, I don't normally do 5 readings, and it seems that it puts the limit on how many lights, how long the lights can last. So that's good to know. And we're gonna just do a quick reading here. We're gonna draw 15, and we won't be doing a clarifying reading here, but we will have this as the last card to reveal. Okay. So within we have progress being made within your intuition and your strength, because we have the 7 of Pentacles, your internal strength, and that's leading towards really good decision making. We have the Page of Cups, so that you're joyful on the inside right now, and that's leading to the Moon. So there is something unknown here. There is something a little bit cooler. You're kind of feeling a little left out in some ways, but we have Temperance in the future. So internal transformation in the current place, like the physical sense of world we have. Well, we're going to have some really good news coming in the future. What happened in the past? This is a different way of reading. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the lights are turning out or turning off. Okay, there was a sense of an unknown in the past, really unknown in the past. I am a mess with this reading. Hold on. Let's get this organized. Don't worry. We'll organize it. We're just going to real quickly read this. You currently are kind of surveying a situation. You're kind of trying to figure something out. Okay, but there is like Lovers. There is this kind of balance of romance. And this looks like a romantic reading. It just could be quick, and like we're just going to go real quick with this. It's like the unknown leads to happily ever after, though. And we have this, well, I mean, there's never fully happily ever after, but a sensation of happily ever after through internal transformation and seeing progress in the mindsets that you have. Okay. Then we have this joyful, like creative person here, this kind of This person is someone who can joke, he can laugh. He's got all sorts of energies of like, he'll just make you laugh, you know? He's a jokester, but he's also kind and caring and mindful of emotions. Okay. So yeah, I see this as being, a very interesting reading, one where it's quick. This might be a relationship that starts out like you might be feeling left out right now, but this feels like a relationship that's going to happen very quickly. And it could be romantic, it could be with the lovers on the mind, it could also just be friendships. It's just one of those things where this is going to bring you into a feeling of warmth, a feeling of really getting back into a sense of friendships and transformation and love. What was this card that was accidentally shuffled into the rest of the deck? It was the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups being maybe in line with Five of Pentacles, a sense that you are left out right now. Sense that you are left out. And apologies for such a short reading. I actually do think you might want to see reading number 1. Because this is too short of a reading. This is way too short for you guys. But the lights are turning off. And that's kind of like, okay, have you ever been at a concert? And like you want the encore to continue on, but then like you know that it's over because they turn off the lights. That feels like what's happening here. But this is a moment where you might be kind of feeling like there isn't enough. There's only 3 cups. But a 4th one's coming in. 4th one is coming in, and it's going to bring a lot of joy. So this could be a surprise relationship that comes in. This could be a surprise, an unknown realization that this is very a good match for you, okay, in whatever regard it is, in whatever realm of life it is, aspect of life it is. Okay. We might be able to do real quick a couple clarifying cards. Because I don't want to leave you guys out in the cold, you know? But I do think that there's always a chance for you to see another reading. Okay. We'll take that as our cards. We'll go here, 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 and here. Okay. This will be our clarifying cards from past, future, mind, and spirit, and body. The intuition, current position. If I can flip this card. Queen of Swords. So making a lot of decisions, having to make intuitive decisions. You're surveying the landscape and you have to make decisions based on intuition. But we have the 10 of Pentacles. So stability and success is on the mind. There is some unknowns. We have the Moon here and the High Priestess within. There's a felt sense that something is missing, right? I mean, that can come with this card too. And the lights are turning off on me, guys. Okay, 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. A bestowing of wisdom or of resources in the past led you from some kind of character who's very joyful. Like, there's a very joyful character, very joyful energy, bestowing you wisdom. And then the 8 of Swords, feeling like you can't be part of this, but you can be in some ways. But it has to be one where it's coming from love, coming from caring for all, okay? Caring for all. Because if you want this happily ever after, it has to benefit others as well. It can't just benefit you. You have to be mindful of that, okay? All right, group. There we go. That's about it. I'm gonna have to. That's all, folks. Gonna have to say goodbye now. I really hope you enjoyed this very speedy reading. Apologies for it going so short, but you know, this is a good sign for me to know that probably 4 cards or 4 readings is as much as I can do during these videos. But I do hope that this was enjoyable, and if you do want to, please check out the other readings. Okay, take care.